How do the most innovative and high-performing organizations in the world set goals, track progress, and achieve extraordinary results? What separates those who dream big from those who actually deliver? Venture capitalist John Doerr answers these questions in his book Measure What Matters, first published in 2018. Drawing from decades of experience working with companies like Google, Intel, and Bono's One Foundation, Doerr reveals a simple yet powerful system called OKRs, Objectives and Key Results, that has helped countless teams achieve focus, alignment, and success. The central idea of Measure What Matters is simple. To achieve great things, you must first define what matters most, then measure your progress toward it. Ambition alone isn't enough. Without structure and accountability, even the best ideas fail. OKRs provide that structure, a framework for setting clear, measurable goals that inspire action and ensure alignment. The first lesson is understanding what OKRs are. Objectives define what you want to achieve. Bold, ambitious, and inspiring goals that set a direction. Key results define how you will measure progress-specific, quantitative, and time-bound outcomes that track whether you're succeeding. Objectives are the vision. Key results are the evidence of progress. Together, they transform vague hopes into concrete execution. The second lesson is the power of focus. Doerr emphasizes that great organizations don't try to do everything they focus on, the few things that matter most. OKRs force teams to choose what's truly important and ignore the rest. By limiting objectives to a small number of high-impact goals, companies concentrate their energy and achieve far more with less effort. The third lesson is alignment and transparency. OKRs work best when everyone from the CEO to the newest hire can see what the organization is striving for and how each person contributes to it. Transparency builds trust, accountability, and unity. At Google, for example, OKRs are visible to everyone, creating a culture of openness and shared mission. The fourth lesson is about commitment and stretch goals. Doerr explains that OKRs should be ambitious, even uncomfortable. They're not about playing it safe, they're about pushing limits. Intel's legendary CEO Andy Grove, who popularized the OKR system, believed that setting stretch goals drives innovation. Even if you hit 70% of an aggressive OKR, you'll often achieve far more than you would with a conservative target. The fifth lesson is tracking progress. OKRs are not set and forget goals. They require regular check-ins, honest reflection, and updates. Doerr recommends using a simple system, scoring each key result on a scale from 0 to 1 to measure progress. These check-ins keep teams accountable, reveal obstacles early, and help leaders adjust course before small issues become big failures. The sixth lesson is about accountability and learning. OKRs are not tools for punishment or micromanagement. They're instruments of learning. When goals aren't met, the right question isn't who failed, but what did we learn? This mindset creates psychological safety and encourages experimentation. Failure in this system becomes feedback. The seventh lesson is the power of culture. OKRs work only when the culture supports openness, honesty, and shared ownership. In great organizations, goals are not handed down, they are co-created. Leaders involve teams in setting OKRs, ensuring everyone understands and believes in them. This participatory approach builds engagement and motivation. The eighth lesson is the difference between output and outcome. Doerr warns that many teams mistake activity for progress. True success isn't about how much work you do, it's about achieving meaningful results. OKRs keep teams focused on outcomes that drive impact, not just on checking off tasks. The ninth lesson is the importance of continuous improvement. The OKR process is cyclical. After each cycle, teams review what worked, what didn't, and what to change. This rhythm of reflection and adaptation builds momentum over time. It creates a culture of learning and evolution where performance improves with each iteration. The 10th lesson is that measurement drives meaning. Doerr shows that OKRs are not just about business success, they can drive impact in nonprofits, governments, and personal life. He shares examples like Bono's One Foundation, which used OKRs to fight poverty, and the Gates Foundation, which used them to track health initiatives. Measuring what matters helps align purpose with progress, turning vision into action. So, how do we apply Measure What Matters today? First, define your objectives, the bold goals that inspire you or your team. Then, define key results, the measurable outcomes that prove progress. Second, limit your focus. Choose a handful of critical goals rather than spreading energy too thin. Third, make your goals transparent. Share them openly with your team or peers. Fourth, set ambitious stretch goals. Aim high to unlock creativity and innovation. Fifth, track progress regularly. Review and score your OKRs frequently. Sixth, treat OKRs as learning tools. When you fall short, analyze, adapt, and grow. Seventh, build a culture of openness and accountability. Encourage participation and honesty. Eighth, measure outcomes, not activity. Focus on what truly creates impact. Ninth, reflect and refine. Each cycle is a chance to improve. 10th, apply OKRs beyond business. Use them in personal development, education, or community projects to bring clarity and momentum to your goals. Modern relevance is unmistakable. In today's fast-paced, remote, and data-driven world, OKRs have become a universal language of execution. Tech giants like Google, LinkedIn, and Spotify use them to align massive teams. Startups use them to stay agile. Even individuals and non-profits use them to turn ambition into measurable progress. Think about how this applies personally. You can set an objective, like improve my health and energy, with key results such as run 3 times a week, sleep 8 hours nightly, and reduce sugar intake by 50%. Or in a business context, your objective could be increase customer satisfaction, with key results like improve product quality ratings to 4.8 stars, or reduce support response time to under 24 hours. The framework works everywhere because it transforms vague goals into measurable momentum. Doerr's book also highlights the emotional side of measurement, the sense of clarity and motivation that comes from knowing exactly what success looks like. Many organizations fail not because they lack talent or passion, but because they lack focus and follow-through. OKRs give shape to ambition. They channel energy into progress. Perhaps the most powerful part of Measure What Matters is its optimism. It reminds us that greatness is not random. It's built through clarity, focus, and disciplined execution. The framework doesn't replace creativity. It amplifies it. It doesn't stifle innovation. It directs it. When people know what matters most, they can move mountains. The big takeaway from Measure What Matters is this: success is not about working harder. It's about working smarter on what truly matters. Clarity breeds focus. Focus drives action. And action measured becomes progress. Whether you're leading a company, managing a team, or pursuing personal goals, OKRs turn ambition into achievement. That was Measure What Matters by John Doerr, broken down into its most powerful lessons in under 10 minutes. Which idea resonates most with you? The discipline of OKRs, the courage to set stretch goals, or the balance between vision and measurement? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to like this video, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, when you measure what matters, you achieve what matters.